Hi everyone, welcome to my fundamental drawing course. My name is Amy, and I will be your drawing instructor. And in this course, we will going to learn basic skill that every artist should know and how to develop it. And I will go to do some simple stuff. And for example, let's say understand this graphic pens. And the graphic pens, as you can get anywhere in the stationery place, and there have a lot of different numbers on the pen. Say HB is means regular pencil, and a B means black, and you will find the darker go to B up about like a 2B, 3B, and the H is kind of hard, so they always go to gray. And F is a very special one, it's fine. So, and they're using go to H side, they will find the pencils start to be harder and harder. So those can fit when you draw something white color or like today's our drawing is sphere and the cube made by clay, white clay. So we use normally in the light part we use about the H, so they can come out very solid and strong and hard feeling. And different grade use different grade pencil. So later on we will describe it detailedly, so you don't need to worry about. Normally we use HB or B or 2B to start to sketch, so up to you. The next steps is to observe the objects, examining its similarities and differences, where the light is coming from and the sizes and all kind of a shadow, everything. So you don't just take the pencil, start draw. At the same time, you start to plan where you want to draw and what size you want to draw on your paper. And you want to vertical or horizontal. It's you have to plan for it. You can't just take and draw. Okay, this part is very important for the beginners. And I use a pencil to measure all the objects and size and what's the degree and how far, and it's all kind of, if you like to learn more about those kind of technique, you can just go another video, check out, or go to like a in my class and leave the message. I will guarantee you learned. And because we are all in manual, this is very important for the one want to be artist or you want to free drawing. This is also the convenience way to get the shapes, and you can through the this method you can start to practice your vision, the eyes, everything. This is a skill, so we got to learn. And another thing is when you start to learn how to draw, you have to learn how to control your pencil and control the pressure. In the sketch, actually, I prefer slightly to do the sketch because we are in manual. We practice the eyes, thinking. So you marks. I always say now drawing is like a marks. You marks all the different part, and slowly you get it. And some artists just thinking shapes is not important, but for me, I think we better seriously treat everything seriously. Actually, if you want to realistic drawing or you want to practice those kind of realistic drawing, you have to care about the shapes. First, the things is the shapes. So we draw and we are slightly use a pencil, and also you have to beginners we always look at the things and then draw. But once we practice more and more, you will find every image when you look at things actually image already in your mind. So we start from outside drawing to the inner drawing. And this is the beginner what the journal will say how to be a seriously artist. So I recommend it um, for the students, especially in the middle school or high school students, have to learn. I have students she liked to draw, but she never learned this. So once she draw a lot of lots in the computer, digital arts, you can tell she only one can do is copy all wrong and everything messy. So I suggest her to learn this fundamental drawing. You have to know, and once through the drawing practice, you start to understand because every different part need to know how to do why. Once the shape you feel okay or you feel like something you feel satisfied, we start shading. So once we start shading, we all have to learn about the lights, where the lights come from. And if we do the realistic, we have to know it's 3D. 3D involve a few things as lights, value, um, and sizes, and like shadow. So those kind of things we have to understand. If you want to know more, you can just go to find my course, the detail, and the course there have a detail part to explain for this. Here's the video I let you to roughly understand. Let's see here like shapes. Once we finish shapes, means the line is done. After that, we start use the straw to shading. The shading must you have the concept go to space. That's why I can't teach the young kids because the young kids doesn't understand until I think they have a concept about the space. Then the kids can start to learn this sketch because it's hard to let the kids understand that why no line. And yeah, I have a lot of lots of students, little students, they just don't understand. That means human being developing at their own time. So I'm not sure 100%, but some students developing slower. And for me, I saw almost about like a 8 to 10, that's not stabilized, but around the 10, students understand what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. Like shading, lights come from, and how many, what's the space, what's between them, and inside what's called solid, what's called shadow, and the blurring. They start to understand this concept. So you don't force your kids to learn this when they're not developing that science yet, and you have to wait. If they just can understand the shapes, just let them practice shapes. Practice shapes the same idea as previous I told you to use the pencil. They can start learning technique and measure things and between the shapes. Shapes is easily to practice. So students have to learn this part and then how to shading. Let's say that the dark part we have to start with dark, and also we have to start with whole. It's not just say I draw the cube or sphere first. No, we draw whole things, include the background together. Every time I tell my students, every time once the things stop, means let's say today's class we're done. Doesn't matter you finish or not, your your drawing always is a whole processing, full processing, like a it's like a contrast. And always like a dark is dark. Why is too dark? Why is like such dark is compared with the lights? So comparison and it's very important. is this also method as you can apply for color. So that's why I'm very, very focused on fundamental because I found in 20 to 30 years teaching, I found students a lack of fundamental um, knowledge. They just cannot go ahead, go um, it's difficult. So I suggest if you have a kids like to do the drawing or you like to do the drawing, start from the beginning and to understand what is light, what is value, how to use the pencil to build out the thing, huh? In like build out the atmosphere, build out the space, and build out the form, what's a line with the forms, something like those kind of a fundamental knowledge. And even those parts like what's a shadow between the shadow with other, and between the shadow with reflection, or what's the toning supposed to be, how to make the line disappear, how to draw the light parts, bright part, and what is highlight, and when have a highlight, what kind of things have a highlight, and those kind of knowledge we got to through the practice we can understand. So my class basically as classical is, I'm not instant teacher like you go to my class and then suddenly you can draw something. No, we need to practice. And when you once you start to practice, have those kind of habit to think, have the way to see the things, observe the thing, and then you will find everything become easy and simple. And another things is geometry shapes. Why all the artists, our art school have to have those kind of a class? Because we the way to see the complex things we have to simplify. Yeah, once you simplify everything, you find everything become a geometry. It's very interesting, right? And easily to draw. And then you can find something very easily. Include the leaves, the fabric, all kind of stuff. That is really affect the latter's life, the way you think, the way you're doing things. So for me, you see, I do things. I have to think about the whole image, everything. You can start at home. You can go to Pinterest, find some this image reference image, or you just put everything there. At home you find some simple bottle or something like that to practice. Anything you need or don't understand, you can message me or leave me some message in comment side, and I can reply you. Or you like to my course, I can send you the course, and yeah, the course so will be big help for step by step. And I'm also doing the in person. So if you want to something, please message me. If you enjoy this short course, please subscribe me. I will show more about the technique and the knowledge about fundamental drawing. And I have those kind of pencil drawing, pen, and another kind of material like a watercolor, oil painting, or click drawing. Those all I teach about the fundamental drawing. That's the students how the way to look at the color, why we learn this like a mono and a pencil sketch, and how to do the color pencil, how to it's a lot of how to. If you really like it, enjoy this class, please um, subscribe me and click that like it and give me a little bit encourage. I will do more um, to you, and I will be in very, very appreciate this class. Thank you for your time to watch this course.